We're gonna have the coziest fall week possible. I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube for your coziest fall book recs. We are in the English countryside. We're gonna sit in front of that fire. We're gonna read some cozy fall books, but first, we're gonna go to the pub because that's about the coziest English activity I can think of. So let's go. I had such a lovely time at the pub last night. The pie was amazing. It was a steak and ale pie. And I think we will definitely be back there many, many times while we are here. I have a glorious little cup of tea here, which I'm about to enjoy with the best biscuit that England has to offer. I love hobnobs. If you've never had a hobnob before, they are the best thing you've ever seen in your life. I've only ever been able to find them at World Market in the States, but they don't taste quite the same. So unfortunately, you may have to just come to the UK to get them. But they have like chocolate on the top, and then there's this beautiful little oat biscuit, and they're like the perfect thing to have with a cup of tea. It just doesn't get better than that. So good. Okay, we have to talk books. I've started reading our first book. I'm reading Wormwood Abbey. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little worried about this when I first picked it up. I wasn't sure what the vibe was gonna be, how good the writing was gonna be. The artwork on the cover looks beautiful. The synopsis told me we would have a crumbling estate and a salamander. I love a crumbling estate. I love an animal companion. This book sounds like it's right up my alley, and I'm really happy to report that it is very much up my alley. These books are quite short. The audio is only about 5 or 6 hours long. I am already 20% of the way through this book. Here's who I think this book is for. If you like the Wisteria's Society for Lady Scoundrels, but you wished it was a little bit toned down, like a little bit cozier, this has all of like the cheek and the banter in it, but it's also much cozier and there's not as much whiplash in the writing. It's not so fast-paced, just straight dialogue and banter. This is giving you a lot more backstory. We're able to get attached to the characters. They all seem quite nice. There's a lot of references in here to Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights. We're making references to all of the Bronte books. So I'm very much enjoying it. We have just met our salamander about 20% into the book, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. I think possibly we're gonna end up with dragons, so that's pretty cool. This is another house sit that we're doing. So we're watching a Spaniel, and he's the cutest dog ever. His name is Murphy's, and I will let you say hi to him in just a second. I think this is the perfect place to read this book because our main character, her father is like a clergyman. He's involved in the church, and she's a writer. She writes like sensational murder mystery type vibes. They have just been informed that her dad's family, who they're kind of estranged with, the people who own the family estate, have just passed and left them the house. So they're now going to this crumbling estate out in the English countryside. And I think it would be really nice if we listened to her exploring this manor while we were also out in the English countryside. So that is the plan for today. Let me introduce you to this dog.
He's a good boy. Come here. Good boy. Can you see him?
He's beautiful. He's perfect. Let's go take him for a walk in the forest and keep listening to our book.
You are all wet. No, 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 no.
We just got back from our walk in the woods. That was so nice. I decided to just follow the dog and go where he went. I figured he knew his walking path and he would take me a good way. This dog does not know where he's going. We ended up at a farm and he launched himself over a cattle grid and was very worried he was going to fall through it. But he managed to make it and now he has zoomies. You'd think he'd be tired after walking the woods for 2 hours. He's not tired. Somehow he has even more energy. He is such a sweet dog. I am very much enjoying my book. Probably over halfway through it now. I think it's lovely. It's very cozy. There are some stakes in it, like somebody has died, but it's not somebody that we liked, so it's okay. I'm enjoying it immensely. There's lots of animals in it. There's a little potential romance brewing, possibly. I think this is definitely gonna be a slow burn, though. I don't think he's just running around. I don't think they would like get together in this first book, but we'll see. Lots of animal companions, a little bit of romance, lots of Victorian outrage. It's very, very fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna spend the rest of my day hanging out with this very silly dog, and I will let you guys know when I have finished the book. I have finished reading Wormwood Abbey, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I think it's a great turn your brain off, cozy fall read. The plot is a little bit predictable. Conflict is resolved fairly quickly, but I didn't really have an issue with it. I was right about the romance being slow burn. There's not any overt feelings or romance that is happening in this book, but I will be continuing in this series, so I'm excited to see what unfolds as far as a romance subplot in the future. I liked the amount of magic in this. I liked the amount of dragons in this. I enjoyed the conversations about women and their role in society, and there were some people in this book who were very rude to our main character because she was a woman, and her dad was very much like, shut that down immediately, and actually later apologized to her because he was like, he was rude to you in a very specific way that made it clear that he was not speaking to you because you were a woman, and I should have sent him away from the property at that moment, and I didn't, and I apologized, and I was like, that's amazing. Even though our main character's father is involved with the church, I don't think anyone who is not religious will find this to be overly preachy. I'm not religious. I did not find it to be that way. But if you're someone who doesn't like to interact with religion at all in books, just know that that is an aspect of this book. Doesn't play a role in the main plot of it, but it is happening in the background. Mostly we're just seeing a guy who uses his religion as a moral compass. He has responsibilities. He wants to take care of people. The framework through which he does that is Christianity. Thank you guys so much for recommending me a ton of cozy fall reads. I had a great time picking from your recommendations over on Instagram and here on YouTube. Okay, our next book is going to be A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, which I'm so excited for. I know many of you have been waiting a long time for this book. The release date kept getting pushed back. I know we all loved The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I think I gave it 3.5 or 4 stars, so I did enjoy it. But I'm really, really excited to see where this author has kind of gone from The Very Secret Society, because that was her first novel, so I'm really, really interested to see where we go from here. I don't really know much about this novel besides the fact that obviously we're following a witch who owns an inn, and this is not a direct sequel to The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I don't even think it's in the same world at all, but we are still following witches, but it's a new world with a new witch structure, and we're gonna see what our Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping is. Tomorrow we need to go on some very not fun errands because I need to see a doctor because something is wrong with my body, so roll footage of our bike ride NHS adventure. Look at them all. I've started reading A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I'm like maybe 10% into it. It's quite a long book. I didn't know this, but the beginning is told from a 15-year-old girl's perspective, and then she kind of ages up to 35. We get, I guess, her like origin story. Her parents very much were not interested in being parents, so they left her with her aunt, I believe, and that's the person who raised her, and she ends up performing this resurrection spell on her aunt. Basically, the life that she had when she was 15, her life completely changed forever, and now we're seeing her at 35 still dealing with the consequences of that one decision to resurrect her aunt after she died. She was 15, she had no one. We also have this fox who is very mischievous and is like a witch who's trapped in a fox's body, basically, and is kind of the mastermind behind all of the things that are going wrong. It's very, very interesting so far. I'm curious to see where it goes. I don't feel as connected, I think, to these characters as I was to the very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, so I'm interested to get to know the characters a little bit more. I'll check in with you when I may be halfway through it, but that's first impressions. Hello. I'm over halfway through A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I am loving it. It is fantastic. In other news, I'm making a roast dinner because it is Sunday and we are in England, so we have to make a Sunday roast. I also have book club in half an hour. It's gonna be a good day. First things first, we're gonna go out to the garden and collect some spices. Is ready to go in the oven. She looks beautiful. So I've also boiled our potatoes, and these are gonna go back in to get really crispy. I just have a baking dish here with some oil in it. I'm gonna just pop this in, heat up the oil, and then those potatoes are gonna cook in this. We'll turn it a couple times and they'll be nice and crispy. Unfortunately, I did accidentally bump my camera and it did corrupt some of the footage on my memory card. So I don't have any more footage of me making the roast dinner or showing you the completed roast dinner. It did miraculously decide to work for one clip at the end while we're actually eating the food. So apologies I don't have any nice footage of it, but at least you can see us tasting it. You ready to try the roast? Everything turned out, I think, except for the Yorkshires. This is not what a Yorkshire pudding should look like.
We've been discovering that Yorkshires are hard to make.
Taste.
Should I gravy up the stuffing, or is there already gravy in there?
There's no gravy in it. Okay. That's the stuffing. I already ate some of it in the pot, but it's really good.
Mmm.
A little bit of chicken. What do you think? The potatoes are good?
Mm-hmm. How do they get so crusty, like fries?
I boiled them first and then baked them.
You worked so hard on this, baby. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Potatoes, they're really crispy. I don't know how to show you how crispy it is. Wait, you have to be really quiet so you can hear the potato. Yum! I'm so happy. All right, we're gonna eat. Good morning. I have some updates for you. I finished reading A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I loved this so much. I'm giving it 5 stars. I feel so connected to each and every one of these characters. I think this book has so much to say about so many different things. It has a lot to say about parenting and community. There's some really great autistic representation in here. There are real stakes in this book. Things happen that are not good, and this is not the type of cozy fantasy where everything turns out perfect in the end. It does have a very satisfying ending, but it was able to surprise me in a really good way. I absolutely loved the found family in here. It's all of these different people who need this inn and need this community, and it's really cool. Like, the way that this magic works is the inn keeps people away who are not good for this environment and has people find the inn who really need it. And I just think it's so special to kind of imagine a world in which there is that kind of a guiding force that brings you to the people and the places where it's a safe environment for you to learn the lessons that you need to in order to grow and be safe and fulfilled and happy. I love this book so much. This is, in my opinion, leaps and bounds above The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I really enjoyed that book, but it wasn't the masterpiece that this book is. Like, I think it's really, really sophisticated in the conversations that we are having. And yet it's also really fun and silly and steamy. There's a spicy scene in here which did not make me cringe, which is hard to do in a book. I enjoyed the romance. I really liked kind of the slow burn that we went on, and I really enjoyed our characters together as they were trying to merge their very different lives with each other and kind of dealing with the complexities that being older and getting into a relationship has, where you're not just two startups who are merging, you're like established industries and you have these pasts and these lives that is a little bit more difficult to mesh together. And I thought they did that with a lot of grace and open communication. Bad things also happen in here. There's betrayal. There are people in power who it's really difficult to get them out of power. It's just a really great read. I highly, highly recommend picking it up this fall season. I think it's the perfect October read if you're looking for something a little bit on the cozier side. This has turned Sango Madonna into an auto-buy author for me. I will definitely be picking up things from her in the future. Speaking of cozy things, we are going to be reading The Cinnamon Cafe, which is a really short Kindle Unlimited small town romance, and I am very excited to dive into it on this gloomy, rainy day. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go make some cinnamon rolls, and while those are rising, we will read our book and make a fire. So let's go make some cinnamon rolls, and I'll see you back here. Okay, our lovely cinnamon rolls are rising on the counter. And for extra coziness, we're gonna start a fire so we can sit on the couch and read this cozy story. Ta-da! I love having a stove. Let's go read. This is remarkably cute, very, very short, very silly. I'm about 50% of the way into it. It feels very similar to The Cinnamon Bun Cafe, if you've read that. We have a woman who's kind of looking to slow down. She's got a past. She comes to this small town. She works in this little cafe. Being able to make an impact in really clear ways is really rewarding for her. She's also interacting with the cafe owner. They have a little romance that's brewing. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever written, and it is quite short, and plot points are happening very conveniently and very quickly. But we are about to have this like fall festival, and she's made a drink using her knowledge of flavors. She's doing something that's unique, and she's really good at marketing. So she's taking her things that she's really good at and applying it to something that's really tangible, like running a cafe. So I'm enjoying it. It's nice. It's sweet. But I think we have been reading for long enough that our cinnamon rolls might be ready. So let's go see if we can pop those in the oven. They look good. I think they've just about doubled in size. I'm gonna give them maybe a few more minutes, but I think we can start preheating the oven. I'm also making a ham for dinner tonight. So I have some brocks that are going in the oven for that. I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is they came out of the oven. The bad news is they're a little bit burnt. I should have been checking on them, but I thought it said 24 to 27 minutes. I thought I could check on them at like 20 minutes and it would be fine, but they were already too far gone, so that's my bad. Okay, I have icing, I have cinnamon rolls. Let's see if we can get them out of here. They don't look burnt on the bottom. I think they're gonna be okay. I'm just gonna slice this in half and Dan and I are gonna eat these for dessert. Here she is. My lovely little cinnamon roll. Let's give her a try. There's your bite. That's good. They are a little overdone, so it's more bready than gooey, but they're still good. Oh no, there's dog fur in my tea. That's not good. I have finished reading The Cinnamon Cafe. I have a cup of tea. I have a very melty cinnamon roll that I heated up in the microwave. And we are gonna chat about this book. This went by so quickly. I feel like I kind of blinked and I had finished the book. Cinnamon rolls were featured prominently, so that's great. Dessert was very on brand. I'm gonna give this 3 stars because objectively there's nothing wrong with it. I think that this is the perfect book to read when you are like having a really bad day or you're sick or you need to like escape from reality for a little bit. If you're going through something, this book will give you some warmth and some comfort because it's very simple. There's not a lot of things you need to remember. It's quite short. And it is just, it's full of cozy. Like there's nothing that you could find wrong with this book. It's set in the fall and in the wintertime. It goes to New Year's Eve, but there's no mention of like any religious holidays. There's no mention of like any family dynamics or drama. There's just like this unsaid past that we infer was not very fulfilling for our main character, but we're not given any content that could potentially be upsetting for someone to read. In that way, it kind of feels like a insert your name here type of story. It's something that is a little bit bland, so it's not going to resonate so completely with someone because it's not specific enough to do that. But it's also, I think, the perfect thing if you're like in a reading slump and you're like, dang, the world sucks right now and I just wish people were nice to each other. This is what you should read because it will give you some hope and some faith in humanity. It's very, very sweet. It's very, very chaste. There is no spice in this at all. I thought it was really, really sweet. I almost like started crying while I was reading it because if there's one thing that makes me cry so easily, it's people being nice to each other. And everyone was so nice in this book and just saying all of the things that you would want someone to say to you, telling you you belong here, things are better with you, this town is better with you in it, this job is better with you in it, my life is better with you in it. Is that not what we all want to hear? It was saccharinely sweet, just like a cinnamon roll. So I had a good time. I can't give it any more than 3 stars because it wasn't really trying to do anything besides give you warm fuzzy feelings, and it achieved its brief. But to get more than a 3-star rating, I need a book to do a little bit more than that. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for spending a very, very cozy week with me. I had such a lovely time settling into this new place. We're here for a month, so there will be lots more Murphy's content coming. He's currently sitting in my lap. There he is. There will be lots more of him in future videos, so if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do. If not for me, then for the puppy. It's going to be very, very hard to leave here and say goodbye to him. Let me know if you're going to read any of the books that I read in this video, and let me know what your favorite cozy fall reads are. I will see you on Wednesday for some folklore recommendations, on Sunday for the Apple vlog, and on Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok any other day of the week for book reviews, recommendations, and fall shenanigans. And that's it. Love you all. Happy reading.